Oftentimes in the firearms industry, the end user is disappointed as gun manufacturers promise innovation and so many times give you things like slide cuts and grip panels. However, things like modularity, brand new pistol compensators like the one on the bench today from Vantage Armory is innovative, and I'm about to tell you all about it, so stay tuned. Well, besides the fact that it's 100% sourced and manufactured right here in the United States of America, which is rare nowadays, the most obvious is no threaded barrel. In fact, no specialized barrel required whatsoever. That makes this comp 50 state legal. It's a fraction of the price of a threaded barrel compensator without the hassle. Holster compatibility. You're going to love that one, guys. We're going to talk about that one in just a little bit. And due to the design, it's not ammo finicky. So if you want to run plus P or plus P plus ammo, have at it. You're not going to hurt the VP compensator whatsoever. All right, time to go hands-on with the Vantage Point compensator and give you the first up-close look at this piece of kit. 7075 aluminum, one piece, precision CNC machined. So nothing molded, pressed, formed whatsoever. One piece of 7075. So it's durable and tough, and the anodized finish is going to be tough as well. Now at launch, all compensators will be in black, but down the road, who knows? Maybe the designers will want to throw in some color. So let me know in the description down below, not only what color compensator you'd like to see, but also what light combinations as well as pistols. So let me know. Chat it up down there, and I'll pass that information along. If you're a Surefire user, you're going to see the bolt pattern on the compensator is going to match the OEM rails. Now that's important for assembly because all you do is you remove 3 screws from each side. You remove the plastic Surefire rails, which, by the way, the difference in mass produced versus precision is no shimming with the VP compensator. And you guys know, as great as this light is, many times you do have to shim these OEM rails on a Surefire. So those are plastic. This is aluminum and machined, so it's a lot more precise. You're going to slide it on the rail, and it's going to use the regular tab on the Surefire to lock into place. Now, the importance as to why these rails are the same height and width as the OEM rails on a Surefire is very simply holster fit. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you here in just a little bit. These things have been through some durability testing. Shoulder high drops, no damage to the comp, didn't push the gun out of battery, did not harm any of the screws, the bolt connection to the Surefire. It didn't hurt the dust cover, the rail whatsoever on the firearm. They've endured that. Not only that testing, but one of our third-party testers, who's a retired Special Forces veteran, he ran his gun hot, and he got this compensator hot as well, which, by the way, has not caused any issues with heat transfer to the frame, nor have we had any problems with frame flex. Just want to get that out of the way. But our third-party tester ran it hot, and the only concern he had visually when he first received it were these 2 little pieces right here, these little bridges that connect the 2 sides there. Now, it is machined one piece, but the point is it was thin. He wanted to test it. So he gets the gun hot, pushes it up against 2x4 repeatedly, very hard, both pieces, and could not get it to budge. No cracking, no bending, no breaking whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and show you the Glock 45. We're going to mount it to here. It is completely empty, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mag well, no magazines or ammunition anywhere in this part of this building, and I am pointed in a safe direction. Okay, let's go ahead and mount it up to the Glock 45. You're going to do it just like you would your Surefire. So slide it over the rail. And I want you guys to hear this. What you're not going to hear is wobble, shake, and definitely no flex of the frame there. It's just one awesome, solid piece of kit here. And one thing I forgot to mention was the weight. The Surefire X300 comes in at 4 ounces by itself. This entire setup comes in at 4.9. So you're adding less than an ounce, 0.9 ounces for the compensator. So those of you who want to conceal carry this, it's not going to add additional weight that makes a difference. Law enforcement, military, I mean, it's definitely going to be low weight and low drag as well as it's out of the way. All right, when you're ready to clean it, pop it off, do your cleaning. I just use Hoppies as a solvent. I clean it up, and Hoppies won't harm your light, by the way. A little piece of information if you're unaware. In fact, many manufacturers of lights recommend Hoppies to clean their lights with because it doesn't harm the crystal. Now this has about 600 rounds to it, this entire unit right here, and you can see a little scale inside the ports. And I've spent 3 minutes cleaning that in those 600 rounds. That's it. Just use a nylon brush and Hoppies, use a rag, wipe it out, and you can see there's no leftover removable scale anyway, so it does a good job. You could go a little harder and scrape some of that out. But the beautiful thing about this design is you don't get the choking result if your comp is a little bit dirty. All right, when you're clean, pop it back on, and here's your beautiful sound, which we love. All right, let's go right into holster fit. We've got a T-Rex arm sidecar. Check that out, guys, and it's rock solid. The important thing to remember is you need to be open-ended, or at least have a holster that allows for the compensator length plus the slide. So in other words, if you have a Glock 19 holster and the material smushes in right after the slide, then you would have an issue. However, the compensator plus the 19 brings you right to 17 length. So this would fit in a Glock 17 holster or any holster that allows for the compensator distance or is open-ended, such as the T-Rex arms. Again, pop it in there. Shake it around. It's solid. It locks up, retains beautifully, draws nice, and reholsters nice as well. Now, we have tested this rig in 8 different custom holsters. Not one issue. Nothing hung up. No issues whatsoever with retention. That's huge, guys. The difference in the Vantage Point compensator is just that. There have been others that have come out on the market who have offered something similar. The problem is they don't allow for holster fit. This ingenious design does. If you already have an X300 holster, no holster to buy, guys. So while design features, durability, and holster fit are all important when it comes to a compensator, the main question is, does it work? In fact, does it work reliably? Nobody wants to carry a compensator that's going to choke on certain ammo or cause frame flex to the point of your slide not operating properly. No such issues exist with a Vantage Point compensator. In fact, we have testers all over the country, and overwhelmingly the feedback has been positive. And these include world-class shooters such as Ernest Langdon to special operators and very good competition shooters. Unanimously, there have been no reliability issues, no problems with these compensators whatsoever. And since they don't interfere with the guide rod assembly, springs, etc., none of the internals, that should be the case. The lightweight at 0.9 ounces has a lot to do with that as well, with no frame flex and causing problems there. Now I'm going to get into some numbers here, and these are estimates. I wouldn't call them subjective because it comes from a lot of people. The sample size is very good. Highly qualified shooters are telling me that 25 to 30% recoil mitigation is what they would estimate out of 9mm with the Vantage Point comp. One tester fired his Glock 32 through it, 357 SIG, and estimated 35 to 45% recoil mitigation. Now by comparison, the PMM comp will give you around 35 to 37%. Glock ported OEM barrels are going to give you 30%. So the Vantage Point compensator is right there. Not only does it work reliably, and it offers a lot of other attributes that I'm going to get into right at the end of the video. We're going to talk about the models that will be available at initial launch on January 1st or sooner. Stay tuned to all social media outlets for more information. It could happen sooner, but these will be available no later than January 1st. So I encourage you to get down to the description and click on the wait list. Enter your information so you can receive an email when these are ready for purchase. You can't pre-buy, you can't prepay, but you can make sure you're among the first to receive yours as soon as they go on sale. I highly encourage you guys to do that. The demand on these is very, very high already. And I know Vantage Point Armory is ramping up production to make sure that they can fill those orders. So get on that wait list. Now at launch, you're going to see the Glock 19 or the variants, like the 32, the 23, the 45. Any Glock that shares the profile of the slide and the rail from the trigger guard out, as well as the height and width, this compensator will function with, but it does have to be, again, with the Surefire X300 UA. No other Surefire will function with it. There are more models in the queue. Glock 43X with the TLR sub is coming down the road. The SIG P320 full size and compact, as well as the Archon Type B. All right, guys, some great stuff is coming, so stay tuned. The Beretta PX4 Storm and Storm Compact. Forgive the blue gun, I don't have one of the PX4 Storms with me, but you can see this compact actually has a comp on it with no light. It attaches onto the rail and it secures with 2 nylon tip screws, so there's no damage to the rail. Beautifully crafted. The design is just awesome, how it flows with the lines of the Beretta. That is a really beautiful thing. This one is dual ported, and the compact plus the comp equals the full size length of the PX4 Storm. So, which PX4 models will be available at launch? The full size with and without the X300 UA, and the compact without the X300 UA. All right? Those are the initial models that will be launching by January 1st. Again, get on that wait list, guys. It is very, very important that you do so to make sure you get your comp before everybody else. So we talked about the upside to the Vantage Point compensator throughout this video, and I'm going to go ahead and just close it out by giving you a list. I also took a look at the downside. What is the disadvantage to this compensator versus all the others on the market? I even discussed it with one of our testers, and the only thing that we could agree on was it's different. And people think different is bad automatically, and that is a serious mistake when it comes to this compensator, because it works and it is reliable. The advantages: it's $150 MSRP, a fraction of the cost of most compensators on the market. And because it doesn't require threaded barrel, it's 50 state legal. Holster compatibility: if you have a Surefire X300 holster, you're good to go, provided there is allowance for the length of the compensator. Standoff capabilities: so in press contact situations, the compensator blocks the slide from being pushed out of battery. And that goes for if someone were to reach for your gun and miss the Surefire and they grab the compensator, your gun will not be rendered inoperable. When you put it back on after cleaning, you don't have to worry about tuning, shims, or anything like that. Reliability is inherent because it doesn't interfere with the internals. It's 50 state legal, no threaded barrel required. It is also plus P ammo tolerant because it doesn't interfere with the internals. USA manufactured and sourced. What's better than that? We all need to get behind more USA jobs. Guys, I can't think of a single downside. Make sure you check out Vantage Point Armory on all social media platforms, as well as SHOT Show. Stop by and say hi. I will be there as well. Make sure you get on that wait list. Go to the description. Get on that wait list so you make sure you get your Vantage Point compensator as soon as they're available. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below, and that little notification bell will let you know when we upload new content.